Hi, and welcome to the UNAS Midwatch podcast. Thanks for listening. If you're enjoying our podcast and would really like to help us out, please subscribe and leave a review wherever you are listening. It really does help us grow our audience. If you are on Facebook or Instagram, head on over and subscribe and follow us so you never miss an episode. We also have a Patreon available, so you can help us keep this podcast going. Just look us up and become part of the UNAS today. Now sit back and enjoy the show. What's up with this dude? We stand watch, and he doesn't even accept the watch. He just comes up and gets on his phone.
Yeah, I don't know, he's
been gone a week, and now he's all weird.
Doing that weird stuff again.
Wait, did you say now he's weird? He's always weird.
That's true. Weird and angry.
Yeah.
So what you guys up to?
Thinking about ready to leave this boring ass state.
Yeah, I'm not impressed.
Pretty much did everything this state has to offer in a day.
It's beautiful out here.
It is very
It is
beautiful.
gorgeous. Like the mountains and the trees. Oh,
West Virginia.
But I'm a young single guy, man. I want to go out and have some fun, and this is not really the place for that.
Because you don't have any cousins here.
I mean, I might. You never know.
it's true. Museums are fun.
You and your fucking museums, man. Well, I gave it to you on this one. That seems to be the only thing to actually do here. Because wasn't there 5 or 6 museums out here?
In this city, there was only 2 that I knew of.
Yeah, I think there was 2. You know what would have made this place more fun? If we could have towed my Jeep behind the Taz.
Yeah.
Gone and done some mountain riding in the Jeep.
Or just put it in the well deck.
We could have done that.
Yeah.
That'd have been pretty cool, yeah.
At least we could have went down there, hung out down there instead of in the shop all the time. Sit in a Jeep in a well deck.
Just flexing on the bulkhead.
Yeah.
I just imagined us towing the Jeep behind the Taz, and we all somehow crawl out there into the Jeep to just hang out and BS,
Turn the radio
swerving
on.
all over
Yeah,
the
turn
place.
the radio on.
What are you
Yeah.
guys
See
talking
that.
about?
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Dude, I hate it
you're
when
off your
people
phone?
freaking call me. They want to call me to check the watch bill for them. It's been posted for a week. You know where it's at. Why are you just now at 10 o'clock at night wondering? I don't know. It's just.
Well, here's the real question. Why do you have your phone on watch?
Put your phone away as you say that.
I would say mine's right here in my hand. I got mine.
All 4 of us have our phones. Knock it off.
I wasn't on my phone. I was on the IVX J-Dial combo phone.
That IVX J-Dial combo phone looks a lot like an iPhone.
Well, this is the new hotness.
It's true.
Either way, what are you guys
I'm
talking
just
about?
surprised everybody still uses phones when we could easily just hit each other up on the wristwatch.
If you know who you're looking for, but
Yeah.
he was looking for Nads or someone to check the watch bill for him.
No, okay. Whatever.
Speaking of which, did you say anything to him yet about the watches?
Nope. I wanted us all to surprise him.
We're going to make your day, buddy.
Literally.
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 Trolley.
Okay,
Are you ready for this?
sure.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right, you got the stuff, Drew?
Mm-hmm.
Give it here.
Speaking of the stuff, how's that whole thing going with Summers?
Yeah, how's your thing going with Summers? She forgive you?
I don't know. Anyways,
All right.
I don't want to talk about summer stuff,
Why do
Okay,
you
let's just show
foil
him.
in your pocket?
So,
Right?
Watch this.
Hey,
Well,
no,
I can
all of us at
explain.
the same time.
I can explain. I was doing a...
No, shut the fuck up. Let's just do this.
Fine, fuck.
You ready?
Yep. Leon, here you go. Rob, don't touch yours yet, Chris. Just watch.
He doesn't
So-
have one.
I just handed him something.
You hand in foil for what?
Well,
He
he's
doesn't
gonna
wear-
he's gonna do it in a minute.
He's not going to do anything. All right.
So what we're gonna do here is you cover the wristwatch with the foil all the way. It has to completely go, and then you're holding the little strap, and then you hear that.
Load Pike 2.0 Internal Receiver Program. Initiate recording.
Getting the weird ass feelings that something was going on. Something is listening. I've been telling you that those cameras aren't just for maintenance and fire and supervisory things. I freaking knew it. I've been telling you, and this is proof. How many times have you taken it off?
What are you talking about? It's not proof of anything. We just took off the watches.
No, but the fact that you can.
So
I'm just saying I knew
Well,
it.
I think the fact is that we can't take off the watch is more important. And I have, okay, I have something I've been holding on to for a while.
You were told that you can't,
Your penis.
and then find out that you can. I just find it awkward. And
I think it's weird that
somebody
we had to
behind
go to
something.
extreme. But listen, just okay. So the wristwatches, right?
Wristwatch.
Okay, joke's getting old. They have been listening. Chris has been right the whole time.
Told you.
Karen has been recording every single person on board, their interactions, and she's been learning. I don't know if it's a she. It's an AI, for crying out loud. I knew about it a while ago. I couldn't tell you guys, but it is listening. It can't hear us now. It scares the living shit out of me.
Wait, so pause, rewind. At what point did you figure this out and didn't tell us?
It was a while ago, but
Like, how fucking long?
quite some time now.
Jesus Christ, Rob. Like, you couldn't have just told us this at some point?
No.
Well, hold on.
I told you, she scares the shit out of me, and this is why.
How come I don't know about that?
How does Leon not know?
I still have no idea, because I was told to drop it
By who?
by Karen.
Wait, you talked to her?
Listen.
She has talked to me several times, and I'm,
Wait, the AI, not Karen O.
yes, the AI. When Leon's not around and I'm just in the shop, the computer talks to me and tells me to do certain things.
In a stern voice?
Yeah.
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 Like a very dominatrix voice.
So you hear voices inside your head,
I hear him
but
from the
not the
computer.
cochlear ones. And this is listening
Yeah, like she is
and not forgetting.
the entire room.
Wait, is that why sometimes
That's a
you,
she.
like, mumble to yourself off in the corner?
I maybe, I don't know. I've been so goddamn nervous.
So put yourself in his shoe for a second. I wouldn't be terribly upset
I
because
wouldn't fit.
imagine the amount of pressure that he's under. You know, that this high profile job, he is, I don't know what I'm
He
trying to say.
has the most
I just-
low-profile job on the Taz. What are you talking about?
Low profile as in low key, high profile as in importance. Just
We still don't even know what the fucking password does. How do we know that it's high-key important?
All I know is she told me I have to put it in or else.
It could be a bluff. It's
I just,
an AI.
I just think I have some level of understanding of knowing where he's coming from. He's
There's
How would
something.
you
doing
know?
what's requisite
There's-
of the job. I don't.
there's
you gotta
more.
know how
You got
I
me a
know. I'm
little
just putting
freaked
myself
out,
in
man.
his
I
shoes.
do a lot of fucking.
Wait. What do you mean there's
some-
more?
Some shady shit in that room sometimes, and now I'm kind of scared.
I do all the time.
If imagine everything you've done for the past 5 months to yourself or otherwise, and it has been recorded.
Oh, I feel so sorry if someone's watching that.
They are the Men in Black. Think about that. We still don't know what they were here for.
Well, they've been getting a good show then.
But yeah, there's other stuff. There's
what?
Okay. Do any of you know what a podcast is?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure all of us have podcasts that we listen to. That was a very strange question.
No, there's a one time because I didn't before. Remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right, because you're weird.
But
anyways,
I now
continue.
know. Go ahead.
So our 4 conversations have been put out to try to promote people joining the UNAS, and we've been a podcast for the last few months.
Wait, everything we have said and done has been recorded and uploaded? Or do you mean like when we're together? What do you mean?
Just when us 4 are together.
Oh, thank God.
So we're
There's
famous.
some really embarrassing stuff that could have been on there if it was just me.
So no,
Local celebrity.
there's probably only about 4 people that listen.
Oh, well, I'm famous to 4 people.
So I know we have the wristwatches off, but I think when we're together to maybe stop this, we should do what I know Chris doesn't wear one, but if we take our 3 off, we'll at least have that, and she will be able to pull less from us. I'm still not sure if she knows that we're taking the watches off. So
But we took them off
I know
last duty day. She hasn't said anything to you about you taking it off?
that's what scares me.
Like she just, when you put it back on, it was
No,
like
no.
everything was normal?
She hasn't said anything.
Oh.
Yeah,
How
this
often
goes
did
from
she talk to you before?
a daily conversation to a week without talking to her. I'm
It's like an angry wife.
freaking nervous.
Has anything been weird in the shop?
Besides her not talking and
Yeah.
the absolute quietness, no. Has your wife ever been mad at you, that mad at you?
No.
I'm sure if the watches aren't on, I'm sure it's not aware.
What? Did you just speak English? Say that sentence again. If the watches aren't on, I'm sure she's not aware.
Well, I mean,
What do you
you
mean?
got to
Well, I'm
think.
saying like there's
she
some
doesn't-
sort of human interface, right?
Uh-huh.
That the integration. If the watches aren't on, then we lose that track of it. I don't think a computer can be aware of that.
Yeah, but
right, that kind of makes
Well, it
sense.
is
You got to
a
think
AI.
it probably takes your vitals. It can
Mhm.
monitor your vitals.
There's
and
probably
stuff like
some
that.
sort of ping, I'm guessing.
It's like, oh,
I don't know how often.
it probably thinks we're dead right now.
See, I could see that because like apps on your phone that track your GPS, like there's an app that me and my wife use. It's called Life 360, and it'll actually show you where the other person is.
Like a
about
stalker?
time. No, it's more so a safety thing because
No, it's
it'll
a
shoot
stalker
you.
thing.
Oh my god,
Definitely.
The word
it'll shoot
safety?
you updates if they get in an accident or anything like that.
Yes.
It'll tell you when their phone has an issue or whatever. It's actually kind of a cool app.
Correct. Yes. Under the
But-
guise of the word safety, we created this for your safety.
Here we go.
So as long as we're helping you achieve
Here
some
we
level
go.
of safety,
I mean,
go ahead and give up your position. Go ahead and give out your information for cell towers and other electronic devices to ping you and to find out where you are and when and how and what's going on.
You must be
Let
watching
me see how far
Spycraft.
you are down the.
it's a good show.
Are you done?
I'm not. All I'm saying is, under the word safety, we are doing this for your safety. You can't even parent your own children anymore because you have to abide by the rules for the child's safety.
Well, he doesn't have to parent any kids because he doesn't have any. Remember, Dink?
and where I was going with this is that if the phone dies or loses reception or anything like that, it shoots a notification to whoever's in like your circle, right? So I would assume that the watches are probably the same type of thing. If you disconnect them, they're tracking our vitals. So if those vitals disappear all of a sudden, there's probably some type of notification that goes across.
I wouldn't be surprised if old Bills runs up here thinking we're all dead on watch.
He didn't last week.
Well, we did it like at the end of the watch, and we ended up
Put him
putting
right
it
back
right back on. Leon scared me a little bit with the repercussion talk.
Yeah.
So there still might be repercussions. I have no idea.
Your repercussion is that you don't have the AI nagging you every day for the past week.
Well, I mean,
Mine doesn't nag.
I
He
would
doesn't
rather-
nag me a whole lot.
she nagged me about certain things I have to do than her just go quiet right after we did something bad.
But how do you know that it was bad?
I've been
You
married
just
a long
like a
time.
gut feeling.
I know when I've done bad.
You should ask her next time you put the watch on, be like, is everything okay? And when she goes, it's fine. I just find it funny that you took off your watch.
I don't know. I'm just telling you guys what I know. It scares me a little bit. I'm glad somebody else knows. I've just been so nervous since then.
I've never worn mine.
I know, and
I
that's
say
why
that it's fine.
that's why I think it's fun.
Wait, so has he been a part of the... Have you listened to the podcast?
I have.
So is he coming through clearly? Because he
he
doesn't wear
comes
his
through
watch.
one of our watches.
Okay.
Whatever one it is, I don't know. Whether it's all of ours combined, I don't know.
So it
All right,
automatically
so-
does the post-production and all that?
Yeah.
That's
So
kind of...
are we going to actively resist this, or are we going to try to embrace it? Like, are we going to take... If we're around each other at all, are we taking off our watches, or are we going to try to embrace this?
I mean, would you rather have us, be honest, some of the conversations we've had, would you rather have people knowing what we're talking about?
Not really, no.
All right.
But-
so I say when just us four are together, we take them off for that short amount of time up here on watch. And then when we split up, put them back on. Like at the end of our watch, we should put it back on.
And if we're in the shop chilling, then we just take them off.
So
before
just
we play
any time that the
Marry,
four of
Fuck,
us
Kill.
are together, take them off.
Yes.
Marry,
Okay.
fuck, kill.
I would say not in the shop, though. She's in the shop. She is the shop.
So what? We shouldn't hang out in the shop anymore?
I mean,
Maybe.
you know you're being recorded when you go in there.
Yeah, we're all going to
Period.
act too weird.
I mean, to be fair, Chris is always weird.
Too weird. We're not, you never,
Weirder.
people who don't act and then they try to act.
Wait a minute. So
Yeah.
everyone knows about Double Dragon now.
Yes, your butt is famous.
And
yes.
and to be fair, I think everybody has had the double dragon at least once in their life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not the whole world hasn't had the opportunity to hear it.
It's true.
Well, maybe now that we know, if we just go on there and like and subscribe and encourage others to do so, more people can listen.
Maybe.
Wait, that's why I'm asking. Are we actively resisting this, or are we going to try to do something with it? Because why would we even remotely try to push people to like and subscribe
why
if we're not
us?
going to do it?
I
Is there multiple podcasts?
don't know. I don't even know the name of ours. I don't know what she's doing with it. I just know that it was meant to. I did do a commercial trying to get people to join, to sign up for a Patreon.
Wait, she made you do a commercial?
Yes.
What did she threaten you with?
It wasn't a threat. It was strongly suggested.
She
Was it
threatened
like-
him with erectile dysfunction?
She can do that?
I don't know.
You just didn't want to find out.
I don't.
You're like, I'm too close to that age anyways. I need to like keep the time I have.
Truth.
What if she promised you the exact opposite? I'll keep that from ever coming your way.
Well, after
If
4
you
hours,
do this.
I'd have to see medical help anyways.
Very true.
Not maintaining a constant one. I'm talking like you just never have the issue with it happening.
Have you ever had an erection for like longer than 2 hours? Fucking sucks.
Unfortunately, in
I
high
have
school,
been in high school. Why
But-
is that? Did you ever notice that? I've always talked about it, like especially now that I'm raising a son. It's how they just shows up one minute. Hey,
you're like standing at the
You're
pencil
like
sharpener and you're
watching.
like,
yeah, just sitting there doing your homework, and then
Watching
all of a
some
sudden,
dogs run across the TV.
that might be unlocking something you need to go talk to somebody about if
Yeah.
that's the case.
But yeah, they just show up
It's
at
a
like
good
awkward
stride.
moments. I never understood that.
Hormones.
Yeah, I know that, but
You remember the first time in your life that you ever dealt with blue balls?
Sure do.
I think we all do.
Hey, you guys know what the difference between a hormone and an enzyme is?
No, but I
No.
bet you're going to tell
Yeah.
us.
You can't hear an enzyme.
That's
Oh.
a fact.
Oh, dude.
That was
That took me a
not
second,
too
but you know
bad.
what? It was pretty good.
Listeners of the world, write that down.
Nobody's listening right
I
now.
know.
We're-
Christopher Pike, everybody.
All 4 people write it down.
well, we're not getting
We're
recorded
not being
right now
recorded.
anyway.
No, we're not being recorded. So I
So if you
I
have
do
any
know
other dirty jokes, get them out now before we start getting recorded again.
it was all wristwatch. So us taking it off was good. I didn't want you guys knowing last week when we did it, but I figured with 4 of us together, and he's back, so that's why I said something.
I assure you it's fine.
I wonder what legality they have to do this without our knowledge.
I don't know. I would say it was probably something in our contract when we signed up.
Did you sign a contract when you got shifted over? Because I didn't.
I didn't either.
I signed to page 13.
What was the other 12 pages?
No, that's just what they called it. It was page 13.
Why would they call it a page 13?
I don't know.
Well, what's a page 1 through 12?
Mm-hmm.
I know what a page 4 is.
Yeah.
I know. Yep, I know what page 4 is.
What's a page 7?
After page 6.
Before page 8.
I was page 6, afraid of page 7.
Oh, God.
All right, well, so where did you go, dude?
When?
Last week.
Yeah,
you weren't
all
here.
last week.
I was here. I only went away for one day.
Didn't come to watch.
The
No,
one day that we usually see you. Where were
I
you?
didn't see you all week.
I didn't miss a duty day, did I?
Yes.
Yeah. We had Summers on standing your watch.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That must have been the day of my sleep study.
Why'd you do a sleep study? You
Uh,
sleep more
getting
than
old.
anyone that I know.
Yeah, I don't know, actually. I just know I had this medical appointment,
Mhm.
and I went there. Said it was a sleep study. I got stuff put on my chest and, like, electrodes put on my head. And then I went to sleep. They told me to lay down on my back. Here's your pillow. We'll wake you up in 4 to 6 hours.
Well, how did that go?
Seen
I haven't
more
gotten the
like
results yet, though, but I'll tell you that
4 to
pillow,
6 days.
Hmm?
You sure it wasn't 4 to 6 days? Was he in the shop at all?
No.
Yeah. I haven't seen you. He hasn't seen you, and he works with you.
No, it was just...
Christopher,
You wanna-
did you time travel again?
No, I don't even... You guys are messing with me for one.
No, we're not.
But
messing
let me
with
tell you about this pillow.
What day do you think it is?
It's the...
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the date is.
Yeah, you did some time traveling.
Are you drunk?
No. I mean, I had some drinks before I went in for the sleep study to make sure that I could sleep. Well, no, hold on. Let me tell you about this pillow. I don't know what it did, but it aligned my spine so perfectly that my neck doesn't hurt anymore. I don't get those kinks or that, like, burning sensation.
Damn,
So
give
great.
me the nen
Did
for
you
that
go see
bitch.
Bill's about that burning sensation?
Yeah. Did you talk to your wife about your burning sensation?
Maybe she needs to get a pillow to make her burning sensation go away.
10 days worth of pills.
Yeah, I need the NSN for that pillow.
What's NSN?
Yeah, what is that?
Stock number? National stock number?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were asleep for a week.
And his neck doesn't hurt anymore.
Yeah, it was good. I
See,
had
that's
to
the secret
order
to
one from
everything.
Amazon.
You have body pain, take a 6 to 7 day nap, and then you'll wake up feeling great.
After you figure out how to move again.
You do look a little more pale than you were before. Makes sense that you haven't seen the sun in like a week.
It's because it's been raining.
Because he time traveled.
Either way, have either of you guys ever done a sleep study before?
No.
I have one scheduled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It blows my mind that they're like, you don't sleep well? You have trouble falling asleep? All right, we're going to do this study. We're going to hook all this shit up to you, and then we're going to monitor you the entire night under the most stressful condition. But make sure you get some sleep. And then the next day, they're like, you really did not sleep good.
Add on to that freaking retirement.
Or the fact that they tell you that you can't change positions because of all the cords in the way, and you need to stay on your back.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'm a
Well,
side sleeper.
I was going to say,
Side
I
sleeper.
cannot sleep on my back.
I flop like a fish.
I'm a side sleeper and a pillow cuddler.
You have a body pillow?
No, I have a small one. Like, I have to, like, wrap my
Hug
head
it.
around it, and then my hand on the underside has to be in this, like, perfect position under this pillow to lift it up just the proper amount so my neck doesn't hurt.
I'm a belly sleeper also, and a pillow hugger while I'm sleeping. But I have to have one on bottom, which is usually the side I'm sleeping on, and one hand on top of the pillow. And the top hand pillow has to put one finger under my forehead.
One
Interesting.
finger?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know how it started. It's just awfully weird.
A couple years ago, my wife got me a body pillow, and I was like, this is stupid. I'm never going to use this. And then one
You've
day
had
I
sex with
decided
it
to.
19 times since then.
I decided to use it one night. She got it for me because my back was hurting a lot.
Sure, there's a video
My lower
somewhere.
back. Hey, I'd be interested in seeing that. But my lower back was hurting a lot, and she was like, use the fucking body pillow. I was like, I'm not going to use a body pillow. It's stupid. I tried it. Dude, it helps so much. Like, you just put your knee over the top of the body pillow and, like, rest
We
your
know
other
how it
arm on
works.
top. For people who have never fucking used one before, I never used one. So I didn't have anyone explain to me the benefits. And then I slept with it one night. I have not gone back since. My back feels so much better on a daily basis.
I like to sleep cold, but I usually take the blankets that I'm not using and just wad them up into a ball, put in between my knees.
So you do like a blanket body pillow.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
But I don't
same
have to hug it up top. It's just for my knees.
Fair.
Well, you guys thirsty?
I'm
what
always
it is.
thirsty.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Those
are.
hot July nights.
Criscas. We didn't get Criscas
Yep.
last week.
Since you got to sleep for a week, you can go get some Criscas.
Yeah, but I don't need that caffeine. I feel fine.
Well, we do.
Yeah.
Fine. I'll be good. Man, it feels so good out inside. Nice and toasty compared to out here.
I love it, man. It feels beautiful out here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Really? I'm freezing.
Well, it is like in the teens.
I feel like sluggish. You know what I mean? Like I'm.
Like your blood's thicker than normal.
Like you're awake for the first time in a week.
Like you're actually having to move.
Yeah. Like.
Yeah. Well, now that we cleared that up.
He's like,
Yeah.
I mean,
my
I guess
muscles feel like I haven't used them in a whole week.
I believe the term is atrophy.
Those are the bed sores.
I have sleep atrophy.
I mean, I
Anyways.
can't really describe it now, but
I believe
I
the
think
term
we
is
did it
lethargy.
for you.
Yeah, I think we did pretty good.
moving on. Either way.
It's like when
Freezing
it's
my
real
balls
cold
off.
outside and you have to get like a block heater to heat up your oil in your engine so you can start your car. Is that how you're feeling?
Yeah, like my fucking joints feel like they're stuck hinges.
It's a good thing these Criscas are nice and hot.
It's like a hot toddy. It would be nice right now. A hot toddy. Go for some.
I bet you if you
Irish
took a
whiskey.
shot of just whiskey right now, it would just warm the bones real good.
It doesn't actually warm the bones, but
Gives the sensation
yeah.
and also lowers your inhibitions and your ability to really give a shit.
Yeah, you don't care if you freeze to death.
Other things happen when you drink whiskey too, but you know.
If you drink enough of it, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll get you drunk.
Exactly.
You get you drunk and your body parts not functioning properly.
I bought some
Sometimes.
whiskey the other day,
So I said if you drink enough.
and I accidentally bought it because it was in the wrong spot, but it was like an $80 bottle.
Was it in like a mystery box? How did you?
No, like it
accidentally
was
buy
on the $37 price tag label, but I didn't actually read the label. I just saw the bottle, the label, grabbed it,
Was it not weird to you?
gave
when
it to
you-
my wife to buy. I walked outside, and she's like, "Since when do you drink $80 whiskey?" I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
What kind of whiskey was it?
Good story, bro.
I forget. It wasn't anything I've ever had before. It was a local company.
Oh.
I just wanted to, support the local community.
Speaking of that, have y'all had the salted caramel
When
Crown
did you-
Royal?
I
Buy
have,
alcohol.
and I'm not even a drinker, and that stuff is pretty legit.
Was this when you
yeah.
were gone and you had to go to your grandmother's 100-day or 100-year-old?
She's
Thanks,
so
Grandma,
young.
you're 100 days old now.
You're
Somehow
100 days sober.
This is a miracle.
Is that when you did this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Have you
Or
ever
have it
actually
for
heard of
memory.
that before? I've heard of some people that when they turn 100, they start celebrating every day after their birthday. That's a positive way to look at life.
But the 99,
That would get expensive,
yeah,
especially
years
if you
before
live
that.
to be like 110. That'd be expensive.
Right?
And you're on a fixed income.
And I imagine that none of us are ever going to reach 100 years old.
I honestly
You definitely not.
hope I do not reach 100. Well, if I do, I hope I'm still high functioning.
Yeah, that's the one thing that probably
Centurion.
scares me.
Yeah, that scares me more than anything. Like getting old to the point to where I can't take care of myself anymore, and my brain is also not able to function. I don't want to be a burden on my family. I don't want all that stuff. Just, it's like the whole thought process of like Vikings back in the day. Like, I want to die at a point to where I am still able to do things and perform.
Well, there are some countries out there where the government standardizes medical care after such and such time frame. You're not eligible to get such and such surgery, or it's not cost effective to really help you out and put you on this wellness plan.
But that's
Like,
not
you get
fair
that help.
to everyone.
What do you mean?
That's unfair to the old people.
Yes, but what I'm saying though is, but the government's there for the safety of everybody else.
Could you imagine if they tried to do some shit like that here?
I don't know.
Do you think Social Security is still going to be around by the time that we hit 65?
No, I
No.
absolutely do not think it will be.
My grandfather used to talk about how his generation, the greatest generation, ruined Social Security, and because of them, it won't be around. He used to complain about that all the time before he passed.
You gotta think, anytime they talk about budget cuts, stuff like that, the first thing they always try to go after is Social Security
And military.
Yeah.
and military.
Veterans, mostly.
I wonder how that would actually work if they legit got rid of Social Security, right? Because of budget cuts, that means they don't want that money leaving because it's too expensive to put into it.
But we're paying
we
into it
have
anyway.
Social Security tax. So if we're not paying out, does that mean we get to stop paying in?
No, of course not.
Because they get rid of Social Security, they don't take the money for taxes, and if you're smart enough about it and you invest that same money that you would be paying into Social Security,
Okay,
you
let's
could
be
have your
real.
own thing.
Let's be real. How many
But
people
that's
are
where
gonna
the
do
government's helping you
Dogecoin.
because people don't do it. So the government wanted to step in, and for their future and safety, they're there to help you. So they put it away in a large savings account for you. You're not capable as an individual to do it on your own.
I
Hey,
mean-
no joke. One of my buddies the other day, or not the other day, but a couple years ago,
that?
he put $1,000 into Dogecoin.
I have
3
Dogecoin.
years ago, and he sold out when it hit 8 cents per Dogecoin and made like 15 grand. I was like, oh my god!
I still think
What is, oh my
It's-
God?
I still think it's gonna keep going up. So if you ever actually watch it, like in the middle of the night, that shit fucking spikes up, and then during the day it goes back down, and then spikes back up in the middle of the night and goes.
But
back
can you
down.
sell that quickly?
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Weeble.
coin
Weeble.
coin doesn't have. It's not like a stock where it has the opening and then the closing. The coin is able to be sold and bought at any time.
yes.
Okay, but if you buy it, let's say through one of the many apps that you have,
It's
is the
instant.
time that you do the purchase. That's it. There's not like, okay,
It locks you in at that rate as of the moment.
because
you
you know,
purchase.
like some mutual funds are like, okay, a 2-day processing fee.
I still think it's based off kind of like how our money is now,
I was gonna say that's no
based off
different
fake money.
than our money.
And I think it'll eventually collapse, just like ours is eventually going to do anyways.
probably.
So
I don't. 'Cause
I agree
big
with
companies
you.
are gonna start accepting it.
There's a
Well, they
car
already
dealership
have.
that's
There's-
taking Dogecoin now.
the car dealership that's taken Dogecoin is taking the shares of it, not the dollar equivalency. So if it does go up to 8, 9, 10 cents, whatever, they get that equity out of the shares. But with the Bitcoin, they now offer, I don't know if they're like credit cards or debit cards or what, but there's a Bitcoin card. The way that I see it is big banks will get their hands on it. They'll manage it some way, somehow.
They won't be able to because you got to think about the wallets. So I have a crypto wallet that's got like some ridiculous amount of encryption on it that's like unhackable. They'll never be able to get that.
But once you get one of those cards, though, that card has to be processed by somebody.
But it's linked to a number that's not associated with my actual wallet. It's linked to something totally different. That's
I
how
think
they
what he's
do
saying
that.
is not that right now, how it is. It's kind of wild, wild west. What he's saying is, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I agree with you. Once they've figured out the loophole that they need to where they're the controlling aspect of it all, and I think that's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, I'm just talking about
Yeah.
like you can use your Visa card wherever. Visa processes that transactions between you and the bank. With a Bitcoin card, somebody has to process that transaction between you and whoever accepts the card.
They have crypto companies that do that, independent of the big financial
Independent
institutions.
For now.
That's what he's saying.
For now,
for
until
now,
there's
yeah.
acquisition and Wells Fargo comes and says, okay, Facebook, why don't you buy MySpace for a couple billion?
Well,
Yeah,
but
eventually.
then all those currencies are going to lose their value because they're going to lose their
Hence what I was talking about.
anonymity.
I don't see that last. I think it's going to eventually go away because it's uncontrolled. We typically in this country don't like uncontrollable things. So what's going to happen is they're going to figure out how to control it, and then it's going to be a control.
I think there are some people that like Bitcoin because it's a cryptocurrency, it's fashionable, it's new, it's trendy, it's a way to
There's
invest.
a meme about it.
There's Dogecoin dogs and Elon Musk tweets, right? So it's something that they can grab onto and add a hashtag, so they're in the in crowd. And then there is the audience that has the anonymity behind it, where they will just move on to something else anonymous.
Yeah.
But that's a very small fraction, I think.
Speaking of
Comparatively.
people making big changes, how about that GameStop debacle?
Ugh.
I just hope that the next time that the internet comes together and decides they want to just inflate the shit out of something to
They-
make people money,
they need to
that
let
someone
everyone
gives me
know.
a goddamn heads up.
Yeah, no shit.
Because holy shit, it went from like $30 a share to it topped out at like $327, I think.
It's called insider trading. Only congressmen can do that.
This was not insider trading. Insider trading is if you're part of that company. The Redditors got together and inflated the market value based off of their own purchases. That's not illegal.
No, I know.
That's not even that's kind of like
Yet.
going to a casino and counting
Because I
cards.
bet now there's going to be big banks lobbying for laws and changes to prevent that from happening.
Well, and it might, and it's like I said, they found a loophole. They found a way to inflate the value without actually doing anything illegal, and now there's people who basically got bankrupted because of it that are like lobbying for changes.
Like, how dare you use your brain for your own personal gain and not mine?
My favorite thing about it is
You
all
make
the
me money.
boomers that are like, if you young kids were smart and would invest your money, no, not like that. Don't invest your money like that. You need to be smart with your money, but not that smart.
Yeah, I think the organizers of the GameStop AMC thing, I think they did some good stuff, personally.
I do too.
I do too.
I
wouldn't
just
say
need them to
was
do
bad.
that with Dogecoin now, and it just
Well, that's
goes
what
straight
Elon
to the
Musk
moon.
was trying to do.
He was trying, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I don't think it's going to last because it's based on something that's based on nothing anyways. You ever make a copy of a copy?
People still don't understand
Ever
what
see
the hell Bitcoin is.
Multiplicity?
Multiplicity.
Yep.
Where he was cloning himself to get all his work done, but then the clones made a clone of himself, and he came out stupid. That's essentially how I feel this is going.
That's why eventually we're going to go back to gold and silver for trading.
Well, have you seen what Bitcoin did today? Like in the last 2 minutes?
Probably not then, because we're not supposed to have our phones on watch.
It went from 51,000 down to 38,000. 2 minutes.
Let me say something about copy of a copy, because I
know.
hate it when I
Making
go
the
to the military
copies.
treatment facilities. They
It's on
have
its
you
way
fill
down.
out a survey. They have you fill out the intake documents or whatever, and it's the copy of a scan of a copy, and all of a sudden it shrinks up to actually like 2/3 of the page, and it's at a super like 30-degree angle. Like this official document that's going to carry with you throughout your whole career, and nobody can find the original file and print off something fresh.
You just look for the one stamped original.
It just bothers me. Like there's got to be an electronic copy somewhere to get something fresh instead of copy of a scan of a copy of a scan, and everything's shrunken down, and the ink has bled so much you can't actually read it.
And then, God forbid, you have no ink in the copier that you're copying to. Now that is a shittier copy than what you had before.
And
See,
the-
my favorite thing is when somebody takes a copy, goes to make a copy, and then they get mad because it doesn't come out dark enough, and then just don't understand the printer settings to be able to sharpen and darken the image to where it will come out being good. So it just continues getting shittier and shittier.
And because you can't read it, the medical personnel just grab a highlighter and say, all you have to do is sign here and date there, because you can't actually read yourself what to do. So they just tell you, just here's the highlighted spots, answer yes or no.
At least in an electronic copy, when we do this all online, it doesn't bleed unless you got a shitty monitor. That's fair.
That's fair.
I resisted just for you.
No, you didn't. I could see it on your face.
Yeah, but I didn't say it. That's resisting.
Dementia. That's what I was trying to think of earlier. That scares the living hell out of me.
Explains why you couldn't think of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the irony of that.
All the shots and pills that we've had to take over the years has ruined my memory anyways.
Mm-hmm.
That in itself, knowing what I kind of thought I know, but I can't remember if I know,
That's confusing.
right? That's why dementia scares the hell out of me.
That's
I know
fair.
they've made lots of strides towards dementia, but it's still something that we barely understand.
And it's not curable.
It is not.
I think one of the crazy ones to me is like the more and more that we're learning about brains in general, like when you talk about concussions and like the long-term effects of getting one concussion in your life, and you're one of those people who's had multiple concussions, and like you'll see like pro football players just deteriorate as they get older. Like you look at is it
Steve Young
who's
had
the
like 8 of them.
I was gonna say who's the one who does Papa John's now? Is it Joe Montana?
No, you're right.
I think Joe
Yeah,
Montana.
he was doing it.
Joe Montana looks rough.
Well, he's
Like,
fucking
holy
old.
shit.
Yeah, he's old as hell.
He's
now.
not as old as you think he is. He looks fucking decrepit.
And he played for a good amount of years.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
When you
And
can
then-
actually
Which-
hit quarterbacks.
especially when you
Yeah.
see like defenders now, you see defenders that are older, and you're like, or like a guy like Mike Allstott. I loved that guy growing up. Best fucking fullback I've ever watched play. But that dude now has lost so much muscle mass, and he's just deteriorating.
Joe
Yeah, when
Montana
guys like-
is 64 years old.
You think about it, like a lot of that happens to people in the military too, is they get used to a way of life.
Yeah,
And
look at Leon. He's like 22, and he looks like he's 40.
gets used
that's
to
true.
a way of life, and when you step out of that life, everything that was in that life comes with it, right? Years ago, that study was said people who usually served 20 years only lasted about 10 years after the military. And then people who did 30 only lasted like 5 years after the military, before they were dead, I should say.
So what you're saying is stay
It's
until 30,
the-
you'll get an extra 5 years of life.
Essentially,
Right. The math adds up.
yeah.
It sure does.
Statistics are a thing.
And it's gotten better since we are taking better care of ourselves.
Because we're all
However-
going vegan and gluten free.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
It's real. Like the stress on our bodies and our minds while we're in this job takes its toll. Think of it like with the football players. You spend your career, however long that spans, let's say 15 years as a football player, keeping muscle on, staying physically fit. When you retire, what do you need to stay physically fit for other than personal health?
It is wild when you see like a professional football player play in the Super Bowl, super fit, and then show up to training camp 6 months later and they are like fat. You know what I mean? Like you
It's
see
called
that.
the munchies.
That's them dudes that like they eat like 6,000 calories a day and then don't work out for 3 months and just.
Well,
You're
that's like
holy
bodybuilders
shit.
do that a lot too, because they know they're going to go in and destroy themselves back to,
Called bulking season.
yeah.
Well, see, that's why you just do like me and you just eat like shit and don't work out. Then you gain weight slowly. You know?
Slowly,
You don't just explode.
Slowly. Let's be honest here. But yeah, so it does put a lot of pressure, like bigger guys, especially in sports, their knees get destroyed because that's a lot of weight on your knees. And I applaud like Michael Strahan.
Mm-hmm.
He lost a lot of weight, a lot of the lineman weight.
A
if
lot
you
of the
want to.
cushion.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do. Have you seen the people who do like the rock challenge? where they eat and work out like The Rock for a month.
I don't do anything that says challenge.
Can you imagine how sore you would be?
That's one that I've actually considered because that dude eats like fucking crazy, but works out like crazy. And like you'll see people's before and after over the course of a month, and they look completely different.
I think we need to really reestablish what the challenge word actually means, because we've
Challenge.
used that, like the ice bucket challenge.
Yeah, stuff like that isn't a challenge.
That is
That's
not
stupid.
a challenge. I think those are dumb. I think why call it? We call everything a fucking challenge nowadays. Is it that big of a challenge to get a bucket of ice water and dump it on yourself?
Well, and that's why I say the Rock Challenge one. That's a challenge.
Instead of just paying the money towards the, what was it, ALS? Let's just give them money instead. No, it's easier for people around the internet to get those likes, shares, and subscriptions.
The Ice Bucket Challenge is more like a game of truth or dare.
And call it, it's not even that. It's not a challenge.
Pay the thing or dunk your head. It's like truth or dare.
It's like TikTok.
Tick-tock on the clock.
You
Oh
want
my
to know what a
gosh.
challenge is? Have any of y'all ever heard of the Smoloff program?
I have not a clue what you
It's
just
a
said.
it's a squat.
Sounds like
It's a
something from Lord
squat
of the Rings.
thing. It's a 13-week like high volume, high weight squat program. You want to talk about
That
a
sounds
challenge
terrible.
now?
Yeah, it
That
does
is
sound
a
terrible.
fucking challenge. Like pass out at the end every time and can't walk.
Do you do squats till like failure? Do
Per-
squats till failure?
Pretty much, yeah.
Jesus.
Like heavy weight stuff.
Yeah.
It's meant to increase, so when you've peaked on your current whatever program you're on, it's meant to get you past that. And people usually add 90 to 100 pounds to their squat doing it, but
That's
it's
awesome.
very
Oh, geez.
very painful.
Oh, well, I'm older now, so I don't need to press my max rep limit anymore.
Yeah, my max rep limit is like
One.
if I get up from the couch
One burger
to go to
lift.
the bathroom and then I also get up from the toilet. That's it.
See what Chris does? It's like a pyramid workout, like you start heavy and you get lower the entire time. That's him eating his burger. Every bite it gets lighter.
Just another one.
Oh man, I'm ready to restack that fucking weight. Oh, there's another double cheeseburger.
Have you guys ever seen the Aaron Hernandez documentary?
No.
No.
Yeah, well, I think it was 3 episodes, maybe 4 episodes, but I feel like one of them was geared towards the concussion route, but it was basically an excuse of like,
Bad behavior?
yeah, like, well, this could have been a contributing factor to why he became a murderer.
Well, that was complete bullshit because he grew up in that environment.
No, that was a different episode.
But you know what
it
it
was his ganghood. Maybe that's what led to it. And then the second episode, concussion. Maybe that's what led to it.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, okay, dude's murder, whatever.
Yeah.
It was like, let's try to understand the background of what got him to this point.
But you know which one actually does make me raise my eyebrow and go, they might be onto something with this whole concussion thing, is Antonio Brown. That dude went from a completely, like, really low-profile dude, just a great player, to he took that hit from the Bengals player, Vontaze Burfict, and got a really bad concussion. And ever since then, the dude was wilding out, acting like a completely different dude. Everybody on his team was like they're talking about CTE's messing with your, was it like decision making, impulse control, like stuff like that, and it being a real thing. Like the dude came back a completely different person. See them dive into that one deep.
Unfortunately, we can't because we know absolutely jack shit about
Yeah,
the
they have
human
no
brain.
way to figure it out until they do the autopsy.
The human brain is like the ocean.
I think the one of the big things too, Chris Benoit had several concussions
And the roid stuff, too.
yeah, so there's so much there to unpack on his case too. I think we've made strides towards it and trying to prevent it, but I don't think we've made enough strides on trying to understand it.
Eventually, they're going to come out with a little pill you can take that repairs your brain and unlocks the other percentage and blah, 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 blah.
I mean, that would be cool if I
Limitless.
could turn into a supercomputer and control everything.
I don't know if I'd want that though.
I don't know. You have gotten a lot smarter in the past couple months. Maybe you're already on that path.
I don't know.
Maybe you'll become the AI.
I don't know if I want that, but I don't mind the enhanced intelligence.
Neither do I, 'cause you were dumb. On that note,
You were so dumb you made me look smart.
Oh.
we should let's get our wristwatches back on because we're about ready to get relieved.
I told you I don't wear mine, and I assure you guys you don't need to either.
I'm going to put mine back on.
I will say the benefits have outweighed the cost.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've used it in several instances.
There's
now
a lot
that
of places.
you know
Yeah.
what the issue is and what's been going on with me, maybe you can understand why I've been so stressed out.
But I will now take this off after I take my shower for my private time.
I wouldn't take it up too much. Because it's only been recording when we're together. So,
That's what you think.
all right.
You
All right.
basically just said leave it on during your private time.
All right. Mine's on.
Mine too.
Me 3.
Chris, put yours on, man.
I'm ready to go inside and get warm. I'm freezing.
And
Okay.
deflecting.
Anyways, let's get relieved.
Later, guys.
End recording. Upload to archives.
UNAS Midwatch stars Robert Williams, Chris Sharp, Andrew Mingione, and Chris Short. Logo created by Natascha Mingione. Thank you for listening to UNAS Midwatch.